I'm really happy with the way it turned out. You're gonna look hella badass with these.
Jack it up.
Hey there guys, it is Steven from MechaPuma, and today we are going to be making something pretty cool. This is another DIY. I haven't done one of these in a pretty long time, so I'm really hoping you guys like this one. It's very similar to one I did a few months ago, maybe more than a few months ago. It was a pretty good amount of time ago. It was called How to Make a YouTube Diamond Play Button, and a lot of people have seen that video. In fact, for some reason, it's the third most viewed video on the MechaPuma channel. So today, I thought I would please some more people, hopefully, and try to do a DIY Ruby play button. Now, holy crap, this, I think, is going to be pretty awesome. Not gonna lie. I saw PewDiePie get this, and I'm like, I should do this sometime, but I was too lazy at that moment. So today, I thought I would bring to you guys how to make a homemade Ruby play button. Now, you're going to need a few materials. You're going to need some tin foil for this. You're going to need something pink or, you know, reddish pink. This is the closest I could find. This is like a dog bag, I know. And you're gonna need some cardboard for it. I literally just ran out of recording space on this camera right here. So yeah, basically where I was getting at, you're going to need a box, and you're also going to need scissors. So pretty much, we're gonna get this box, and we are going to cut a pretty good chunk off of it. Should we pick this side? I think this side would fold a little better. If you guys are wondering, we're not going to be using this whole entire box for the play button. That would be an absolutely outstanding play button to make in the future. If we get 15 likes on this video, I will attempt to make a massive diamond play button in the future. I'm not a like beggar or anything. Only like it if you actually like the video. Enough with that bullshit. Basically, we're going to cut a little flap off of the box. This might take a little while. There we go. That took literally ages. So now what we're gonna want to do when we have this, cut the little edges off. Cut these papery little shitballs off. Cut those completely off. We're not gonna need those. They're just annoying. We're gonna take this and preferably leave this side in the bottom. What would make a really nice little small play button is if we folded it here. I'm doing this without measurements. It's about even. It's a little bit more difficult because we're using an actual box. We might need this. We might need to cut it down a lot too. I recommend not cutting it at the seam because it's gonna take forever to do. It's a little bit small, but I think maybe we can just cut all of the other cardboard down. For this, we are going to need tape and this, you know, just in case like this runs out. This is kind of backup tape. We're also going to be using these scissors for this, so we can like cut the tape, all that good stuff. Here is the box. We need to find the edge of this first of all. There we go, there's the edge. I'd recommend clear tape for this. If you want, you can use non-clear tape at your own risk. So you want to kind of get this little edge right here, connect the tape onto one of the sides. I was aiming for no wrinkles, and I think I basically achieved that. If you guys really want, you can like aim to have no wrinkles. I'd recommend that because, you know, the more wrinkles you have, the more it might disrupt the layer above. This is what we have so far. It's okay if a little bit is sticking out. We're going to be putting this over here. This is a little bit uneven. We're gonna need a little more on this side. Since this is really bendy, you can just kind of change it as you go. So now I can have like 2 more lines down for the bend on this side. There we go. This is even. Now we're going to want to tape the other side of this, and of course with the big tape again. If you don't have the big tape, you can use the clear. If you don't have the big clear tape, you can use the non-clear tape. And if you don't have either of these tapes, you can just use this regular stuff. This stuff might be a little bit less sticky. It might fall apart more easily. So if you're going to build your play button with that, just be a little bit careful. If it's a little bit diagonal, just kind of force it into place like I am. There we go. Now you kind of have your outline for the play button. If it's a little bit dipped in, don't worry. We are going to even it out later. And by later, I mean now. Just take your scissors, cut right where the lowest point is. Because instead of getting the highest point, you're going to want to get the lowest so that it'll be easier than adding on more cardboard. And if you want, you can fold it as a little bit of a life hack when you cut both sides like I'm doing here. It doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. We got one side down. Let's fast forward. A little tip, if there's this clear tape stuff right here, follow that line because it will help a lot. Make sure you're the same distance away from the line on each cut and your line will be almost perfectly straight. There we go, guys. We just evened it out after a ton of effort. Now we're going to have to do the top and bottom. This is very tedious, guys. Bear with me. We have to kind of measure the definitions of the top. Engrave it there with your scissors on both sides, just so that you make sure you cut straight enough. Because if you don't cut straight, it's going to turn out a little gay. Nothing wrong with that. It's just, you know, I'm assuming people want a non-crooked play button. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut it as so. There we go, guys. We are on a fucking roll here. Now, I'm not going to worry about the bottom for now, because I only have a limited time to record. We're going to need to put some stuff onto it. We need to find the edge of the goddamn tape again. There you are, you sneaky bastard. Fucking bitch, always hiding from me. First it's a bastard, now it's a bitch. There we go, guys. God damn, we got it. Finally. Now you might be wondering, how are you gonna fit the play button in? That's a good motherfucking question. I kind of forgot to do that. So let's just make a little incision here. Let's do some surgery on this bitch. At least that's what I'm calling mine, because I'm making it, and I'm the boss now. Might not be exactly centered on mine, but I think you guys might get the point of this. You're smart people out there. This is gonna be a little bit uneven, but that's okay. That's what makes things special. After, you know, some life lessons with Steven, we now have a triangle for the play button. We have a little bit of artistic skill here. There we go. We now have the basis for it. Are you guys excited or what? Now we're gonna get this tin foil and we're gonna cover it to the best of our ability. This is all I have. I'm gonna need to use it very, very wisely. We have this is good enough for that. I'll be back to you guys once I'm done with all this. All I have to do is tape it on and all that. Alright guys, if you haven't noticed, which you probably haven't because I haven't showed it yet, I have actually cut the bag in half. I've got all of the foil wrapped around the play button. I didn't have enough for the back or the bottom, so I just left it blank. Told you I was almost out of tin foil, so don't expect like a huge, colossal MLG Pro thing. Now you're just gonna cover this with the bag. It's basically going to be finished. You're pretty much taking the same exact steps you did to make the diamond play button, except you're doing it now to make this ruby play button. You're just gonna try to tape it down. You're almost wrapping it like it's a gift or something. And it is actually a gift. It's a gift for your beautiful self, who honestly does deserve this play button, even if you don't have any videos. Everybody deserves some kind of play button, even if it's not, you know, the official version. We're gonna drop the base. That was a terrible joke, I'm sorry. Straighten out the bag, that's great, that's Gucci. Tape it on over this. I put some tape over the aluminum foil, it doesn't show anymore. And I forgot to mention that you have to sink this in to get that little play button right there. If one of your sides doesn't fit, guys, all you really have to do is cut this about in half. It cuts really easy once you get the gist of it. There we go. Don't include any of the text on there, by the way. It will make it look really odd. I accidentally put some right here. Let's take that off real fast so that we don't have a very weird play button. It's a little bit noticeable there, so we're actually gonna have to move it down a little bit. Now I made a huge stretch mark. If you're gonna have any noticeable differences, you're gonna wanna have them on either the back or the side. We don't have a back to this because I ran out of tin foil because I'm a cheap ass motherfucker. So I'm just gonna have my errors be on the side. You don't want them to be up front because people will definitely notice them a lot more easily like that. And you know, they'll be like, this play button isn't legit, dude. Be sure your tape doesn't stick to it. That's horrendous. Put the tape about here. If it's diagonal, leave it diagonal. Even if you have OCD like me, it's not going to look good if you try to force it. See, this is overlapping. We're gonna need to cut this right here so that it doesn't overlap and make a really sharp red that everybody's going to notice. I could just like tuck the rest in here. Secure it down somehow. See, there's a blank area there for me, and it's getting a little bit on my nerve, so I'm just gonna curve this over like that. Beautiful. Don't worry about being a perfectionist with this. This is, you know, just for the time being, until you get your hands on 50 million subscribers. Now we could use some spare scraps to cover this weird stuff up, and then it'll be a lot less noticeable. There we go, guys. We have officially made a ruby play button. Now, this might not look like something ungodly, but come on, you have to admit it is so much better than nothing. And I'm really happy with the way it turned out. You're gonna look hella badass with these. If you guys want to learn how to make this, I will, you know, link my last DIY video in the end of the video. So yeah, now we have like the complete collection of the top 2 play buttons. I mean, why make a gold or silver if you know how to make these? You know what I'm saying, guys? Thank you so much for watching. And if you followed through with all these steps, tell me how it went. And if it didn't go well, I'll try to update this. I'll try to do better the next time, you know, with my jumbo play button if we get 15 likes. But yeah, that's basically it. I'm really hoping you guys are enjoying your play button, and I'm hoping it looks even better than mine does. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.